Good morning, namaste, welcome to my channel. This video is specifically targeted at people who are staying abroad, who doesn't have proper access to the correct news channels here. They've been reading all wrong news. I think I'm sure that you'll be getting all wrong data from India about how India is handling COVID situation right now. You'll be given all kind of a feed, all kind of wrong pictures, all kind of very doubtful data. I'm very sure about that, and I've been also getting a lot of calls about it. People have been calling me and asking like what is happening here, what is happening there, and why the government has let down. This video is specifically only for those people who has a big time doubt about what is happening here, and it is also for certain people who are in India who have closed their eyes completely and they are listening only to the wrong side of the data. So specifically, if you see Congress, ISI, China and US, everyone wants to bring down our government right now. Everyone is targeting India right now. They wanted to bring down the Narendra Modi government. Now the choice is all yours. It's a do or die situation for Indians, and as well as anybody who loves this country, anybody who loves India. This is a do or die situation. It's all planned by Congress and its alliance. They are using their people to fill the beds who would have been very easily treated at home, even if they have a very lowest mortality rate, even the lowest rate, but they go and fill up the bed. So first Congress and alliance filled hospitals, stocked injections, and now they create an artificial shortage of beds, oxygen injections. The Indian media, which feed on TRP, you know about the Indian media, they feed on TRP, and suffering started projecting as if we have hit the doomsday, adding fuel to the fire and create more panic. So what are we seeing today is the panic calls and the SMS messages all over social media. These platforms, they are requesting oxygen, injections, beds. They're all 95% fake calls created by the same social media employers of Congress. These are the guys, nobody else. These social media employers of Congress is the one who is creating all kind of fake calls. You may call me insensitive if you want. You can even think about it. What is this guy talking about? Very insensitive. But then you may call me insensitive. But just look at the numbers. Just 1.18%. I'm talking about 1.18% of the death. More than 98% of the people are returning back to the home healthy. So I thought of these numbers was really staggering and it was hitting me when I say this percentage is such a low percentage. But then why is so much of a chaotic chaotics going on here, and so much of halla gulla created here? So I thought to do a random non-scientific test. Called a few people and hospital, and to my surprise the beds are all full of people who could have been easily treated at home. So first they filled hospitals, stocked injections, and now they created an artificial shortage of beds, oxygen and injections. Now since 2014 and 2019, it is clear to the Congress that Hindus are now having unity, by various reasons, by abrogation of Article 370 or by building Ram temple. Now the Congress worry is to create a divide between them, because once Hindus unite and once they all come together, there is no way Congress is going to come back to power. So the divided Hindus will pay a dividend to the UPA in 2022 in UPA elections. I'm talking about Uttar Pradesh is going to face elections in 2022. So this is the target of Uttar Pradesh. By winning Uttar Pradesh, the Lok Sabha, 2024 will be a cakewalk, because Uttar Pradesh is going to give huge numbers over there. So their target is Uttar Pradesh now, and that's where they started, and slowly they are creating all the stories. Remember, they did the same thing to Trump. They created panic with the false and magnified numbers of COVID infection reports. Once Biden came, everyone is as silent, as if the US got rid of COVID already. Why did they become silent? It is a well-established fact that Trump was, against the pharma lobby. He was against the pharma lobby. So while Trump said the vaccine is on the way, no pharma company came forward. But as soon as Trump was gone, many announced vaccines. And not only this, they funded bed inauguration to a tune of 100 million in combined. Why will the pharma companies, which didn't come out to support Trump, suddenly come out and support Biden? And then when Trump was announcing, they didn't come out, and now suddenly all the vaccines has come out. So folks, we are at war. We are at a war of civilization. Rising India is a threat to business. Rising India is a threat to politicians, to the lobbies and the cabal. And we are not just fighting a pandemic that is forced on us, but also those who don't want to see India rise, as that would be a threat to their existence. In these times, we have to stand together to our nation, with the government. We need to take our responsibility, as our Prime Minister Narendra Modi alone can't do everything. Trump is an example of how powerful anti-India forces and their next target is Narendra Modi. So we need to take our responsibility, as Modi alone can't do anything. Prime Minister Modi alone cannot do everything. So Trump is an example of how powerful anti-India forces are, and their next target is Narendra Modi. You know how much of fund was allocated by George Soros to destabilize Trump, and they succeeded. In fact, they tasted their first blood, and now the wolves are standing at the doors of India, and their target is Narendra Modi's government. They cannot see a strong India, they cannot see a rising India. So their target is right now to destabilize Narendra Modi. Had it been an armed war, our military is more than enough to win it. But this is from within. The war is the proxy war, and it can't be won without everybody's contribution. If it's an army, if it's a war from outside, then yeah, it's in the border, then we have our armed forces to, kick their asses. But then what's happening here is it's a proxy war. It's a war within. So everybody has to contribute. So you stand with the country today, stand with Narendra Modi today. As I mentioned, Prime Minister Modi alone cannot do everything. It's everyone's contribution. So we stand with the country today. Everyone as a responsible citizen should support our Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. And first and foremost, take care of all the precautions, stay alive and stay safe, and specifically save India. We all need to stand behind our country today. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai.